on the side again.
Yay. Okay, good morning, King Philip. This is Mr. St. Germain.
And good morning to Sedgwick viewers. This is Mrs. McNeese.
And good morning, Bristow. This is Miss Tom, Bookitis, for those of you who know me. And welcome to all the viewers that are tuning in from all around everywhere. We're very happy to welcome you to our premiere event of Live from the Library.
Woohoo!
We're working on our theme song, so stay tuned for future episodes for that.
Maybe I'll sing. All right, so we're going to start off with finding the good stuff. You probably are looking for things to do as you're at home and when school is done. And we have on each of our school library websites have lots of materials that you can use and access. Links to websites, links to games. And they're not all school related. They are fun. They are learny, but we can call it edutainment if you like. So to get there, you're first going to go to your school website, click on library, the menu, Library Media Center. And for, so this takes me to KP. And then right here, at the very top, at least on KP's site, I've got online book resources. There's a ton here to start with. If you are needing books, we're going to talk about how to get you books very soon. But if you're needing ebooks, there are lots of ways for you to get books that you can check out on your Reader or even your Chromebooks. So please read through these. In fact, Audible is free for a certain amount of time during this time if you want to even just listen to books. So from here also we've got enrichment ideas. We called it that so parents will like the idea of you going to this, though it's really some fun things for you to do. And we've got everything from authors reading their own books, other people reading books, things you can learn at home, virtual field trips, makerspace activities. I'm going to click on art and music for a minute. Lots of websites that you can do to record your own music. There's a Super Looper here, and there's Soundtrap, which is letting people use for free at this moment. And one I really liked was Sidewalk Chalk Art. So these artists create these really amazing scenes on sidewalks. So you can look through, find out more about the artists and how they do these amazing 3D pictures. So here you can see what it looks like when you're close up. Here from a distance, it actually looks like it's coming out of the sidewalk. Wow. And this website also has links at the top. There are lessons on how to draw and how to paint. So there's one place you can go, and I also clicked on the virtual field trips. Lots of amazing things to see. If you can't get there, and actually these show you some views that you would not even ordinarily see if you visited the actual place. So virtual Yosemite, I pulled up before. Just an amazing scene here, and different things that you can explore throughout the park, including their hotel, which that would be the last thing I'd want to see there. But this place called the Diving Board, the Meadows, and Nevada Falls. So check these out. These are here. We're constantly adding to them as we find really exciting sites that we think people would be interested in.
And if you have found something that you've loved and think other students would like, send it to us and we will add it to the Padlet so other students can see it as well. And I just want to make a note that these websites are open to everybody. So if you out there from outside of West Hartford Public Schools would like to utilize our enrichment page, just send one of us an email and we will share the direct link with you.
Right. And these links are available on all 3 school library websites as well.
Yes.
All right.
Right. So I am so excited to share a couple of upcoming virtual author visits that we have planned. We were going to be getting to meet with Natalie Lloyd, the author of A Snicker of Magic, and Dusty Bowling, the author of Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus, even before all of this happened and we've had to stay home now for 6 weeks, but they have graciously agreed to continue to be able to meet with our readers. So I think that it'll be a really great event. There's 2 separate dates that are set up. So coming up next Wednesday is Natalie Lloyd. And I know a bunch of my Bristow students were reading this book in preparation as part of a book club, but I am inviting anybody in West Hartford Public Schools who wants to join our book club and visit with Natalie next Wednesday at 11:30 to join us. So there will be a Google form that will be in all of our websites by the end of today. You can click and just fill out which or both, one or two events if you want to join, and you will then be shared the link to that virtual meeting. If you have not had a chance to read the book yet, that is okay. There are some digital versions available that you can access if you want to read an ebook, or if you want to listen to the audiobook. You can go to my website and there is a link for those different links directly to the you can indicate that on that form as well, and you might have to answer some question or do something in exchange for it, but it'll be first come, first serve. So I'm really, really, again, appreciative. And for those viewers who are listening that aren't part of West Hartford, if you would like to be part of our audience that day, get a hold of me and we'll see what we can work out. So I hope to see a lot of you there.
I also have 3 copies of the Snicker of Magic. Email me, and I will see what I can do to get you the book before that time.
All right.
Okay, so as Ms. Tom mentioned, we are in the business of mailing books to your house. So we are doing book mail. We have each been sending packages on a weekly basis to try to get books into people's hands who need them. That is just one way to access books at this time. How can you get in on book mail? You can watch your email. Okay, I know you don't like to read your emails, but look at your emails. Every week we send out links that include contests and raffles and direct book mail. And all you have to do is fill out a form or send us an email, or even just contact us individually if you need a book, and we can hook you up with some book mail. So if you want to get a book in the mail, you have to just make sure you have permission from your parents because of the times. When it comes, you can decontaminate it as well. We also want to remind you that all around town are free little libraries. And if you pull up a map, if you Google free little library, you can pull up a map of where they all are in West Hartford. And you can go and look for a book. Again, practicing the protocol that you wipe it down with sanitizer if you're going to take one from the little free library. But that is another way to get physical books in your hands right now. And we will be putting some books into little free libraries as the weather gets a little warmer. A final thing I want to offer to you today is I do have a brand new copy of the Lauren Tarshish graphic novel, I Survived the Sinking of the Titanic. This is her brand new graphic novel. It just came out about a week and a half ago. If you want me to send you this in the mail, all you have to do is send an email to Shannon McNeese at WHPS.org, and I will pick randomly from everyone who emails me, and you will get this in the mail. So that's book mail. Watch your email.
It's only available for those of you who are live. So we're going to look at the timestamp, and you have up to 10 minutes after this broadcast to qualify for this raffle. So thank you all for watching us live. That's our thanks to you that you get a chance to win that awesome new book.
All right, we're moving on to Nutmeg voting. So I was checking the responses about an hour ago, and I see we've got 104 responses so far, people who have voted. Right now, Bristow is in the lead. Almost 40% of voters have come from Bristow. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hey, Bristow reads.
32.7 have come from King Philip and 27.9 from Sedgwick. And by grade level, I see that sixth grade has made up a 37.5% of the votes, but they're all in the 30s. So thanks everyone who's voted so far. I would like to make this a little competitive by grade and by school. No pressure, but yeah, there's pressure. Please vote, and only vote once. The books were great this year, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the next list, which comes out. Is it this Friday?
Officially, yes. So we'll have maybe a virtual book launch next week as part of our episode. So tune in.
All right, very good.
Yes. And same for Bristow. All of the forms for this are in the classroom for the library. So I am excited to be the one that gets to do the book talk of the week for everybody. And before I start that though, thank you. Shout out to Miss Sloan Williams. I saw that she noticed I made a mistake. It is not May 5th. it is May 6th, but it's the Wednesday for Natalie Lloyd. So if you're marking your calendars, Wednesday is the correct day of the week. I just had the wrong date of the calendar. So thank you, Ms. Williams. And the book talk of the week is from one of my favorite authors. I've read her other books, all but one of them. This is her newest one that literally just came out within the last couple of days. It is by Rebecca Stead, and it is called All Are the List of Things That Will Not Change. And you can't really see because our little banner on the bottom is covering it a little bit. Are you able to take that off, Mr. St. Germain, for a moment? There. So you see Olga. She is loving this book as well. She curled up with me and read part of it when I read it last week. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. And if you look in my scene, you can look through the window and you can see RJ Julia Booksellers. And I just want to make sure that everybody knows that there is a free virtual author event tomorrow night, Wednesday at 7 p.m. You do have to register, but it is. So if you go to their website, you can click on the link and register. And that she was going to be here in person, but because of what's happening, they had to cancel that event, but she agreed to do it virtually. So I hope to see you tomorrow night online. So this book is a fan for anybody who likes realistic fiction, friendships, family things, kind of overcoming some challenges. Bee is the main character. And I'm going to read you a little bit of the inside flap and then give you a little of my personal opinion. It says, when Bee's dad and his wonderful partner, Jesse, decide to marry, it looks as if Bee's biggest wish is coming true. She's finally going to have a sister. They're both 10. They're both in 5th grade. And though they've never met, Bee knows that she and Sonia will be perfect sisters. But as the wedding day approaches, Bee makes discoveries that lead her to a possible disastrous choice. Making a new family brings questions, surprises, and joy in this brilliant modern classic. So this book is about 10-year-old Bee, and she struggled with anxiety a lot. And it's something that she is working with, and we don't really know where this anxiety comes from until we get later on in the book, and it kind of backtracks a little bit about what's kind of happened to her up to this point. And we kind of find that point where it really started to get bad, and now she's trying to work to make it a little better and not be so anxious about things. There are a lot of golden lines in this book, and if you don't know what a golden line is, it's a line that makes you just stop and really be happy or sad, or it just makes you stop and think. And in the frame on my wall, I added one of my favorite quotes from this book, and it says, "Life is like a trip, a very long one, and what matters most are the people you travel with." And that is something that Bee says at the end when their two kind of mixed families eventually end up coming together, and there's a little bit of bumps along the road, as you kind of heard, between her and Sonia, but they get smoothed out for the most part. So I really think that Bee is a character that you will love and you will have a lot in common with, no matter really who you are. If you've struggled through different things in life or relationships or things that are new and you're really kind of worried about how they're going to go and what it's going to be like, I highly recommend this book to all readers that are out there right now. So again, join us for the virtual event at 7 p.m. tomorrow night with RJ Julia. So thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for attending our first ever live from the library. More episodes will be coming soon. We won't be taking up your advisory time, but we're hoping to come up with a regular schedule of when these will air, and we'll make sure the word gets out well in advance so you know.
If you have any suggestions of book talks you'd like to see, if you are interested at some point to maybe be a guest book talker, reach out to your librarian. We're open to episode ideas. We're also hoping to invite some authors in the future to do some question and answering. I also think that we have some really amazing students in our schools that are doing some things that we could interview them about to, spread the word of the different ideas that they've had and some of the things that they've started. So we are so excited that you were all able to join us. And I think, Mr. St. Germain, in the future, is it possible we might be able to have some comments that go on while we're broadcasting? Is that a possibility?
That is definitely a possibility. Yes.
Awesome. And then last but not least, I think we're going to try to put some links that we mentioned in the notes for this episode. So when this episode goes live and is published to our YouTube channel, which you're watching right now, we're going to try to add to the notes section in the information so that you can click on some of those direct links as well.
All right. Well, see you at the next episode.
So, thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.